while he's here in voice chat, Jeff Balloon Hands from California.
Hey.
Hey.
Jeff.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Let's give him a round of applause. Jeff, dude,
Hey guys.
have you even
Courtney.
slept? I wouldn't even sleep if I won a PQ, dude. I'd still be awake from winning Saturday. You won it Saturday night, right?
I won Sunday. It
Was it a Sunday?
One of the only
Okay.
PQs on Sunday.
Oh, my
and
bad.
I was up till
That's
like
why I didn't
4
catch
a.m.
Yeah, because we were at the
And
I was pretty pumped up.
I liked your joke you made somewhere in the comments. You were like, entertainment capital of the world, and no one can figure out how to stream it for us.
Right.
Out in
Yeah.
Pasadena.
So true.
They're
I
right
would've
next to
loved to have watched
Hollywood,
a
and they
stream
kind
of
of
it.
get a little camera.
Yeah.
To be fair, the tournament organizer was he was really good, and he was just like, I don't want to mess with trying to figure out a stream, and he wanted to focus on running a good
Right.
tournament
Sure.
first, and he did a great job. So
Yeah.
That's always good to hear.
Yeah, and when they get picked to do the next PQ, they'll have the stream ready, right?
That's right. Just try to
Yeah.
have one for the next
That's right.
next PQ. Yeah. Well, tell us about your day. I mean, you went in with a green Sabine list. It's a hot, spicy. It looks a lot like maybe a Justin list out of K2OD.
it was kind of inspired by you, the deck you
Aw,
were running
thank
against
you.
Ian.
Yeah.
I had started a couple weeks ago seriously testing Sabine, and I saw you playing against Ian's Han Yellow, which is a
Yeah.
very similar matchup to Boba Yellow.
Right.
right.
And you had a lot of Sundaris and a lot of Bright Hopes
Ooh,
main.
I love those Sundaris.
Yeah. It's the
And
only way to stop it. Yeah. Because
yeah,
and Yellow Bubba does the same thing where they can pump their units just out of with surprise strike and cunning, and it's so nice to have something like a Bright Hope, like they pump a fire spray or something, or they pump a Millennium Falcon, and then you put a Bright Hope in front of them. It's so nice. Yeah, but go ahead,
yeah.
Jeff.
And you had the U-wing reinforcements in the sideboard as well.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so I was like, oh, let me just try all this stuff out. So I created the Frank-inspired list. I didn't see your actual list,
That's
but I
awesome.
knew the Sundaris and the Bright Hopes, and so I tried three of those main, Sundaris and Bright Hopes, and two U-wing sideboard, and I cut the Metal Ceremony completely, and I
Yeah.
cut the Adelphis completely, and it was doing really well in the Boba, really well in the Han Yellow. But then I started losing a little bit more against Control. Control was a lot tougher, so
Yeah, it
I
is
didn't want to give up too
Metal
much.
Ceremony helps a lot in the control when you can pump your
Yeah,
stuff out of takedown range.
Yep.
Yeah, and
yeah,
vigilance
and I
range.
was still expecting Blue Hero and Blue Ray or Red Ray,
Mm-hmm.
like Han 2 Blue. That's still kind of popular out here. But I
Yeah.
wanted to be not quite so anti-Boba. The
Right.
list I ended up on was
I've got a green
Fighters
Sabine
for
list that's
Freedom main
close to
still.
yours. So this is what we were running. If I don't know if you can see the Twitch stream or not, but the difference is, like you said, you've got your Fighters for Freedom main deck here. We don't.
Hmm.
But go ahead. What other differences, or tell us about it.
So I ended up taking the U-Wings out for the Adelphis Patrol Wing
Okay.
because I found too many times I was
That's interesting.
wreckering and destroying the resource, and I was putting the U-Wing another turn behind.
Right.
Right.
And I was just having a hard time getting to the
That's so
7
true.
resource with
That's very true.
playing wreckers.
Right.
So I found like wrecker and then having the Adelphi the next turn was pretty good to
That's
kind
not
of
a bad
close
idea.
out if they can't kill wrecker.
Yeah.
Um, and then I went to Fighters main for Chilton mostly, and all the little shielded, like the village people, shielded sentinels.
Yeah.
And kept the Bright Hopes main deck though, because the Bright Hope was the key. I named the whole deck after it.
Yeah.
The deck card. That's
Yeah.
what I was really glad about watching your games. I saw how good that Bright Hope is.
Yeah.
It's so
Absolutely.
good in the Boba. It's so good in the Han. It blocks the Falcon twice. It blocks the Fire Spray twice.
Oh,
Oh, that's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Sweet. Yeah.
What was your top 8 run like? So what was your Swiss record at Pasadena?
The
Just
Swiss, I was 6-1.
Okay, what was your loss in Swiss?
My
What
loss
happened?
was to the one deck that I was not prepared for at all. I was prepared for Boba Yellow, Boba Green, all the blue heroes, all the controls, and
The
I faced
mirrors.
Boba Red Space.
Oh wow,
Interesting.
Boba Red Space.
Okay. Yeah.
That is
Very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
And I had played an early version of that deck early in set 1, so I was expecting all space So I was looking for Bright Hope, and what I wasn't expecting was he had Tarkin Town as his base, and he had ISB agent to do the ping. The one game I started Battlefield Marine, and the ISB agent pinged, then Tarkin Town my Marine,
That's a brutal
untapped
combination.
the resource, and then dropped Greedo and a Stormtrooper on the ground.
Oh,
And you're like, wait, what are you doing?
He has no card. He has what, one card left in hand after that?
Yeah, but the one
I
card
mean,
was triple dark raid that he
Yeah.
revealed.
Oh, yeah.
So
So
he had
next turn
3
he
units
pulled
on
that
the
off,
ground,
too.
7
Yeah.
damage, and a
Jeez, that's
triple dark
brutal.
raid to follow it, and I had nothing on the board.
That's the
And
high
I basically
roll.
just lost the
Yeah,
game.
it's for sure the high roll.
Super high roll. Man.
I was not prepared for that. I didn't know about that. I'd heard Boba Red was getting more popular on Carabas, but I didn't test against it at all.
Yeah. And
And
what
and he
round of
destroyed
that?
me.
What round?
That was round 4. He
Okay.
2-0'd me.
So right in the middle of the tournament, you drop your first. You felt good. You were 3-0, and then you
Yeah.
dropped a match. How'd you feel at that point with only 3 rounds to go, and you're sitting at 3-1? You're right on the edge then, right? You're like, oh my gosh, this could go
can't
either
lose,
way.
yeah.
I could make
Yeah.
top 8, or I could flame out.
Most of my friends were already X2 at that point, so they were all bummed. I took the loss pretty well. I didn't feel like I misplayed or anything. I was like, all right, well, he kind of had the god draws
Yeah,
against me,
high
and
roll,
I was
right?
not prepared.
But you can't do
So
anything sometimes.
he beat me in about 15 minutes. So I had a lot of time to reset mentally,
Wow.
about
Jeez.
40 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
let your lunch digest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to the car. I parked pretty close. I just sat in my car in the AC and just listened to some chill music and
Good.
tried to lock back in.
That's
And you
awesome.
did,
But I
because
felt
then you
pretty
went
good
3-0
still.
from there. Yeah. Did you have any green Sabine mirrors?
Yeah, so I had 2 mirrors in the Swiss.
Yeah.
One of which I got pretty lucky.
That's what you have to do,
he
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a top deck heroic sacrifice for exact lethal when he would have killed me.
Jeez.
So that was like the
That is
one.
great.
Yeah.
Great, Jeff. Congratulations. It's like,
Yeah.
wow. Heart of the cards, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had 3 outs and I hit one, and that was the one like really lucky break that I had, where I just needed to get lucky.
yeah.
And then the other Sabine mirror was a really nice guy that I know well, and it was his kind of knockout game. I gave him his second
Oh,
loss.
no. It always
I
feels
felt pretty
bad.
bad.
If it's someone you
Yeah,
know and like, yeah.
yeah, and it wasn't really close. I just drew better than him and took it down.
And that's where I'm struggling right now, to be honest, is that the green Sabine mirrors feel so coin flippy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, who drew their saber first? Who drew their Poe Wrecker? Who didn't? You know, it's like,
It definitely can happen.
But I think the Sundari Peacekeepers help.
I
I mean,
agree.
it gives us a little bit of
Yeah.
breathing room on a 5 body.
Both my mirrors, a lot of the games came down to who went Sundari into Darksaber. That is pretty hard to overcome.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
And then what was your top 8 run through? Walk us through it real quick. I know you got to go, but I want to hear
Oh,
a
no,
little
yeah.
bit.
So the top 8 round, the guy that beat me in Swiss, he was the one X2 that made top 8, and I was just like, why is this guy the one guy out of the 16 X2s or whatever that makes top 8, the guy that destroyed me?
Yeah.
But he was the 8th seed and I was the 6th seed, so I was really happy about dodging him.
Not having to see that, yeah.
Yeah. And then I see my opponent, and he's another Boba Red space. I did not realize there's 2 of them at the top 8.
Now there's
But
2 of them.
Boba Red
We
space.
gotta have that meme at our fingertip for the stream.
That's right.
Wait, now there are 2 of them.
So I went from being super excited to just immediately deflated that I matched up against this deck that seems like a terrible matchup. Carlos from the Boston Network Discord was sending me intel. He was like, read this. This is someone had posted the list on SwooDB and had a little write up on it. So I read up a little bit. And the guy that made the deck is like, oh, Sabine is an easy matchup. It's terrible for Sabine. I beat him all the time. I was like, oh, great. All right. But I learned the lesson about them having all the 3/1s, and I got to see his deck list. So I saw he was on that same ground package with all the 3/1s. So I kind of was just hoping I would get a Sabine unit. He would drop the 3/1s, and I could just ECL the Sabine into the 3/1 for a free kill, and just kind of control the board early. and both my wins ended up kind of going that way. He beat me game one, and then he went ground the second two games, and I kind of just Sabine
Just did an
ECL'd.
early ECL. Yeah.
Yeah, I think one game I time lead at Sabine into him too, and just kind of
Nice.
controlled the ground and got the bright hopes going, and just stemmed the bleeding early on.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's
That's
terrific.
great. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And I time lead in
And
a
then
Sabine, not time lead. I ECL'd in a Sabine last night for a win too.
Yeah,
Late game.
yeah,
10-5.
you UCL'd in a Sabine unit to
Unit.
win. Yeah, that was crazy. Go
it
ahead,
feels
Jeff.
bad when you're going against Boba and you have a Poe in your hand to burn the ECL, but
It does, doesn't
you
it? You're
just
like, oh, I don't know if this is right,
he
but it
kills
looks
those
right.
Boba Reds. They're killing you on 5 resources, so
Right.
you can't really
You
save
have
it.
to. Right.
And I would say for Courtney, if you're practicing, that Boba Red is a lot more popular on Carabas.
Yeah.
So at least get a few reps into it just so you kind of know.
100%. Now that you've said that, absolutely, I'm going to.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe we build a
Uh,
Boba Red
Yeah,
tomorrow.
maybe we'll do it. Well, we're gonna
To
do Boba
practice.
Green tomorrow. I guess we could try a Boba Red
Yeah.
and a Boba
I
Green
mean, it's not
tomorrow.
going to
That'd be
take
cool.
over the meadow like green, but I think it's worth at least
I mean, two in your
understanding it a
top
little
8, that's
bit.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then what? How
Uh,
did your top four and final
the
match
top
go?
four was a friend of Troyaka
Troy, the
Yamaguchi.
double yellow, the
Yeah,
mono
so it
yellow
was his
Han.
buddy,
Mm-hmm.
was on Boss Blue.
Boss Blue.
Uh,
wow.
yeah,
Okay, that's
he
super
made
good,
top
Troy.
four,
Wow.
and I was really glad I had the Bright Hopes main again for
Yeah,
Boss.
yeah. Because
So game one,
you can screw up their bounties with Bright Hope. I love it.
yeah, game one, he death marked my Sabine unit, and then took the next two turns to ping it, and I had first action Bright Hopes on 4 resources and bounced the
Wow.
Sabine back to my hand.
Golf
Nice.
clap right
Yeah,
here.
that's
Golf
right.
clap, sir. Well
Yeah,
played.
he was not expecting that because most people have the Bright Hope sideboard, so he wasn't expecting it. And then
Right.
later in the game, I Poe ECL'd into his boss to kill him.
Yummy.
Made
That's
Yeah.
him,
so delicious.
yeah,
I want a bite of that. That sounds.
yeah, I
Chef's
made him
kiss.
discard a
Wow.
card off the bot off the Poe, and then
Mm-hmm.
I believe I got another attack with the Poe the next turn, and he top targeted the Poe, and then I bounced the Poe with my Bright Hope as well
Oh,
to top card target.
Crazy. That's so
Yeah,
good, dude.
wow, that's awesome.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's insane.
And then the final match, was it a green boba?
It was a yellow boba, so
Yellow boba.
Oh, okay.
there were
Okay.
some green bobas. I managed to dodge all of them. I
Okay.
know a couple people switched from yellow to green.
Right.
I believe the final count was there was like 6 ECL bobas and 4 30-point bobas,
Okay.
and there's 13 yellow bobas. So there's still more
13.
yellow than green.
Jeez.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And the one in the finals was undefeated. He never dropped a match
Oh.
the whole day.
I
And
wonder how many green Sabines he
So
played
you were a
that
huge
day.
underdog. Huge underdog
Yeah.
going into that.
I
Everybody
wouldn't say
thought,
that though, because you and Courtney and all the people in the Boston network on Sabine, we've been testing this
Grinding
Bova
against
Yellow
it. Yep.
matchup.
Absolutely.
yep,
So
both the mono
I felt
yellows,
pretty
Han and
good.
Boba. We put a
Yeah.
lot into
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
And we've kind of figured out our play line, as you know, is just we try to keep units off their board so they can't pump anything. If they don't have a unit, they can't surprise strike. If they don't have a
Right.
unit, their cunnings are a lot less impactful. And then have an answer for Boba when he flips, if you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. You
That's
control the
kind of,
board early. You play your 5 health units so they can't forlom it for free.
yep.
Yep.
And you just ECL Poe their Boba.
Yep.
And they have a hard time with the wreckers and the Bright Hopes coming in late to stop their fire spray.
Yep.
And so he took game one, and then the game two and three were never really particularly close. I got my sideboard in and just
Right.
controlled the board. In the final game, he was running the Merc gunship, and I knew I won when I stole the Merc gunship, and he had to use No Good to Me Dead on his own Merc gunship.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
what I knew
That's
I won.
crazy.
That,
And
that,
you're
that
like,
felt good. You
"Whoa."
felt it inside. You're like, I'm about to win a PQ.
I got this.
When he's using his own cards against his own cards, I felt pretty
Yes.
good.
Yeah. That's
So that
awesome.
was it. I ended up
Jeff.
facing
Got
two
the chills.
Boba Yellows and beat them both.
That is wonderful. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, that's so good, dude. And Jeff, are you on another testing team? Do you do any testing with anybody else? I mean, like a official team?
Not an official team. We got a little group of people that so the PQ is at Odyssey Games in Pasadena, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of really good players that play there,
Mm-hmm.
and we test together. We're not, we don't call ourselves an official team or anything, but
Yeah.
there's a core group of us that we get together and
It's
play, and
fantastic.
they're all really good players. Really good local team. The guy that I played in the finals, he was a local player, so the two
Oh, really?
locals
Wow.
held
Okay.
it down.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Nothing better than local winning.
Yeah, well, Jeff, invite them to join. I mean, our Botha network, as you know, is a public Discord. People can come in
Yeah.
and as long as they're chill and don't cause any problems,
No
they just
drama.
basically
The-
decent human beings. Then they can
Yeah.
play test with us and grab games and watch
For sure.
our testing team. As you said, you got a lot out of watching. Ian and I were both on the testing team battling
Oh yeah,
in a public
it's a
channel.
great resource.
Yeah, and I
And
know
watching on this channel.
That's right.
I watched Courtney play Phil last week. That was
Yeah.
great.
I love it.
Yeah, and then you turned around and had a boss blue, but still it
Right.
was a boss. I mean,
Yeah.
we did play some boss
We
blue
did.
too. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and so we do have promotions within our Discord. Well, we have a public Discord where everybody can join. We're a meritocracy, Jeff. Your brother Chris earned his level 2 at some tournaments in Chattanooga and in Atlanta, and we had a unanimous vote yes to offer you, Jeff, a promotion to level 2 within the Botha network
Congrats,
if you want
that's
it.
awesome.
Oh wow, I would love it. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yay.
There's level 2 is
Any balloonies?
you're now an official Bothan, and there's some more forums that people in the public part don't have access to, deck lists that we post, and even more testing opportunities and play testing chances with the level 3 is the testing team, but this is like a step towards that.
Yep.
But it's all based on
Wow.
merit. You've definitely
Yeah,
got the best
you got
result
that in.
anyone has ever had. You've won a PQ, and that's
That's
the
right.
biggest accomplishment there is in SWU right now, is to say you're a PQ winner.
Congratulations.
So super congrats to you, Jeff.
Wow,
you've got
that means
to
a
be
lot.
proud
I
of.
I really respect all the Bothans. I mean George and Jonathan and Frank
Sure.
and
Yeah.
Phil. All you
Phil,
guys are
even, yeah.
amazing players, and I've learned a lot from
Michael.
watching
Awesome.
and reading what you guys say. So
Yeah.
Well, we were thrilled to see your success. It's a community. I mean, it's I get a lot, and I know you do too. I like K2OD and some of the other servers and Discords. It's we're in no way, in any way, shape, or form saying that we're the only place you should be. To we encourage content
In
creators.
fact, look at everything.
Yeah, we
Best thing.
Yeah.
we try to be part of this big Star Wars community in a healthy way.
Right.
And we're just super proud of your success this weekend.
Yeah,
Jeff.
absolutely.
And I know Chris
Fantastic.
yeah, I
is too.
saw
Your brother.
people cheered me on. I stayed off the Discord while I was in the top 8, but
Oh,
I
that's
came back and
awesome.
saw everyone cheering me on, and it really meant a lot to
Yeah.
see people following along on Melee, even though there wasn't a stream.
There wasn't a stream. I know.
It's fantastic, though.
We needed a redneck stream, right, George?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Right.
Gotcha.
We did that. To tell you that story quick, Jeff, before you go. When George was winning the SCG Tampa event, we actually did. I just held my phone up as a stream over the play mat. It was hilarious. It was called the Redneck
Yeah.
Stream.
And like, it was like super impromptu, and you had like what 40 something people in Discord just watching that.
Oh yeah,
It's
just out of
like-
nowhere. It was just a Discord channel. I just
That's
turned on
awesome.
my camera in Discord. It wasn't even like a Twitch stream or anything or a
Love
YouTube
it.
stream. It was just in the
It's
Botha
fantastic.
network. Let's just turn on a stream for everybody, and we had like 40 people show up out of nowhere to watch George in the top cut of the SCG Tampa, where he did so great. And now
That's awesome.
we have a PQ winner hanging out with us. I'm so excited, and you've inspired Courtney, right?
Yes, yes.
If he can do
I
it,
was
you
like,
can do it.
Can it win?
Well-
Can
Yeah.
it win if
Well, I know
you?
Courtney's trying to get her 10,000 hours of Sabine in before the
Yes.
PQ, so
Yeah.
And I'm
I
big on
felt like I prepared well, and so
Good.
that gave me confidence, and I wasn't nervous. So for Courtney, as long as she
That's
keeps
awesome.
preparing, I'm sure you'll have the confidence to do well, and
Yeah.
confidence is everything.
And I definitely got to work on those red boba matchups now, for sure.
Yeah, maybe we'll play some this week.
Yeah, I would love to.
If I find the right list.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot me a list, Jeff. You want to see your
if you have
play.
one. Yeah.
We'll do it tomorrow after we do
'Cause
some
I've done
green
a
boba.
lot of Lono,
Yeah.
a lot of green,
Yeah,
and a lot of mirror.
yeah.
So,
And then Great. Well, Jeff, thanks for jumping on with us. Please join us
Thanks
on
for
Twitch
having me.
anytime.
Yes, please,
As
anytime.
everyone's welcome to
And
come
we can't
talk
wait
and
to
voice.
hear about this secret thing you get to do at
Oh
Worlds.
yeah, what's that?
Oh
you get,
yeah.
you get
I
a
don't
special
know.
exclusive
I don't even know
party.
if they have my info. I don't know what the deal is with
When you'll get the
secret
invite.
day one.
All right, well, you
You
got
gotta
to
go into a
report
phone
back.
booth,
We-
get a special
yeah.
number. Then
That's right. It's like
Yeah.
a speakeasy
It's like a
for
speakeasy, yeah.
PQ winners, where you get special swag.
That'd be cute.
It better not just be a T-shirt. Like
Yeah.
I won a PQ and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
That'd be cute too, though.
Yeah, it would be cute. Actually, that would be kind of cute.
I'm hoping all the Bothans will get their tickets and
Yeah.
we'll be able to have a big meetup. So
Oh, we're gonna have a big meetup. 'Cause that's one nice
Regardless.
thing about it being open. Is that we can all go. I mean, we can all play day
Yeah.
one. We can play the side events. We can see our friends. We can cheer for our day two people like Jeff,
Right.
who already knows he's gonna be at day two at Galactics now.
Yeah,
That's gotta feel
awesome.
great, dude.
Yeah.
That's five. That's
yeah, it's pretty exciting.
we got 3 whole sets before that though.
I know. It's
That's
lot.
like a
We got
lot.
A lot of work to put in.
Yeah,
For it.
we're gonna laugh about. Remember we used to play Green Sabine? Ha ha ha. You know? Oh, isn't that
We
cute?
may be
Yeah.
playing Red Sabine by then, or Blue.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? With so many sets.
Or
Yeah.
Sabine will be banned.
Or
maybe.
Sabine, right?
knows?
I know. Yeah.
After your success and
It's too
Tada.
good.
Yeah, John Tada had big success this weekend with it too. He won a 2K out at one of the SCG
Fantastic.
events.
I
So
love it.
Green Sabine is still a good deck. And George, it's a deck that can win tournaments, brah.
Yay!
Yeah, yeah. Well done. Well done.
That's an inside joke.
Yeah.
Everybody's